Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Tarot for Manifesting, where we use the tarot as a tool to bring us closer into alignment with our manifestation. My name is Caitlin, and in today's reading, we're going to be asking Spirit, what belief is blocking us from our manifestation? So, as we probably already know, we're always in attracting mode, and the extent to which we are not experiencing something is the extent to which we are resisting it. As we know, usually this occurs on a subconscious level, this resistance, but sometimes it can be difficult to pinpoint specifically what that resistance is. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking into today is what is the belief that is blocking us? What is the belief that is resisting the manifestation that we are trying to pull in today? And this is a general reading, so if the messages don't resonate with you, then please don't force them to fit, okay? But we're starting off with the Six of Swords here. So what beliefs, Spirit, are blocking, for those that clicked on this video, are blocking the manifestation from coming forwards? We have the Six of Swords and we have the Six of Wands. We have the Five of Cups. What belief is blocking this manifestation from coming to fruition? We have the Sun. Spirit, what beliefs? We have the Chariot. What beliefs are blocking this manifestation from coming through here? What beliefs are blocking your manifestation? We have the Two of Swords. We have the Three of Cups. Whoa. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. Okay, and underneath the deck here for your overall energy, we have the Nine of Pentacles. Okay, let's get a little more centered. There we are. Okay, now let me just sit with this energy for just a moment here. So I will say that there is a lot of momentum happening with your manifestation as it is right now, okay? You have the Chariot energy and it's coming in right underneath the Sun. So both of these energies working together, this really talks about forward movement. The Sun also talks about Spirit kind of giving its blessing, right? Spirit is kind of watching over, let's say, the delivery of this manifestation and making sure that it arrives to you. So it does feel like you have a lot of the elements on your side here. It feels like things are in motion, energy is in motion. We have the Six of Swords here as well, which also talks about energy in motion, right? The Six of Swords, however, the energy is more so focused on what it is that we're moving away from. But even still, there is momentum here. There's momentum happening. We also have a lot of positive celebratory energy here. The Six of Wands is success, victory, accomplishment. The Three of Cups is about celebration. Okay, having something to celebrate here. So it feels like your manifestation is on its way to coming true for you. You have the Nine of Pentacles and the Ten of Pentacles as well. Many of you could be manifesting financial security, financial abundance, perhaps some sort of business success or career success, something that both of these energies are really secure and supported in the physical realm. So this can talk about maybe, manifesting a house, some form of security here, maybe some form of assets. It feels like you're very much on a good track here with all of this momentum energy, and then you have this energy of celebration here. But right here in the middle, this is where we're seeing that resistance pop up. We have the Five of Cups and we have the Two of Swords. It's really interesting because the Five of Cups talks about a disappointment, okay? Maybe something not working out quite as well as we had hoped. And the Two of Swords here talks about making a compromise. But throughout the whole rest of this energy, we're not seeing a compromise happen. We're not seeing any disappointments. We're seeing success. We're seeing victory. We're seeing momentum and movement. It feels like what Spirit wants you to know here, the belief that is, it feels like the belief that is blocking your manifestation is this belief that you can't have it all. You know? With the Five of Cups here, this is a little bit like a loss, a grief, a sadness, like I said, a disappointment. And coming in above the Two of Swords, it feels like you have maybe convinced yourself that in order to have what it is that you want, you're needing to give up something else. And that can be true in terms of, let's say, old patterns of behavior that don't serve us anymore. But what I feel like is more so happening here is I feel like Spirit is kind of saying with all of the rest of this energy is like, you can have it all. You absolutely can have it all. But the belief that is kind of blocking the manifestation from coming in is this sadness or this heavy type of energy that we're feeling by thinking to ourselves, oh no, like I can't have it all. I have to make a compromise here. Say that, just for example, you are wanting to manifest a home, right? And say that you feel really at home. This is just as an example, but say that you feel really at home in two different areas, okay? Maybe they're in different countries, different cities, whatever, but let's say that you basically have two homes in your heart, right? It feels like there is a more realistic energy, and I say realistic because it's kind of like what the ego has deemed realistic, that says, okay, but realistically, I can only buy a home in one of these places, so I have to make a choice. So I have to choose which place, right? And this is a really difficult decision to make because it feels like our heart is really intertwined with both of these things that are on the table, you know? It doesn't necessarily feel like, in the normal realms of manifestation, whenever we have to give something up, this is usually because, something's not in alignment for us or something's not good for us. But it feels like both of these options are in alignment for you. Like I said, if you're trying to manifest a house and then your next choice is, okay, well, which city do I pick or which city do I choose? The belief that is blocking your manifestation from coming through is the belief that you have to choose between the two things that your heart is really, really connected to. And it feels like this is not what Spirit has in mind. Spirit is saying, no, both options are possible here. And it feels like Spirit is encouraging you to open up to the idea that both of those options are possible. Because in this way of thinking, when we're thinking to ourselves, okay, I have to choose between this city or that city, right? When we make that decision that, okay, none of this is going to be possible unless I cut the cord with one of the things that my heart is sincerely attached to, right? When we make that choice, that then becomes our reality, and that closes our energy off to the possibilities of having both, you know? And if we make the choice on the contrary to say, okay, I can't choose, I simply cannot choose. My heart is so involved in both of these places with both of these things. I am going to have them both. Then your mind starts to open up to the solutions, right? And the ideas and the different ways in which that could be possible, right? But it feels like right now, because it feels like this is such an area of, when it comes to financial abundance, security in the physical realm, prosperity, all of that, it can be really easy to get caught up in what is realistic and what is not, right? And of course, when it comes to our security, we want to take, you know, certain factors into consideration to make sure that we're safe, right? Um, but in terms of when we're looking towards the future and what we're planning towards, this is Spirit wanting you to open up your realm of possibility into multiple things being possible in the physical realm. It feels like the belief that you have to choose between two things that you really, really want. That is what is blocking your manifestation from coming through, you know? Because it feels like your manifestation is all of the things, everything that's on the table. That is what you're truly trying to manifest here. But saying that, you telling yourself and kind of repeating the narrative that you have to choose between the two things that your soul is drawn to, and that you can't have it all and you have to choose, that is what is actively manifesting for you. And it's making you feel disappointed. It's making you feel closed off. It's making you feel blocked. It's making you feel limited, right? Like, oh, well, maybe I'll get this one thing, but my heart is still kind of broken that I won't have this other thing. Spirit is saying here, it is all possible and you can have it all. And you have the momentum at this time, like the momentum, the level to which Spirit is involved in making this manifestation a reality for you. It feels like you're on the track right now to where if you were to decide, okay, I can have both of these things, then Spirit, you have so much momentum that Spirit is just opening you up to kind of throw all of these possibilities in front of you, you know? When we open our minds up to say, okay, I can have both of these things, it feels like Spirit is then saying, okay, great. Like, they've opened up to this possibility. Now I'm going to throw all of these ideas at them as to how this could be possible, right? I want to get one more for this Five of Cups. Five of Cups, why are you here? We have the Lovers in the reverse. Yeah, the Lovers is about a choice or a decision, right? But when it's in the reverse here, it's like I can't choose between these two things. You know, they're both so close to my heart. It feels wrong to choose between the two of them, you know? And that's because it feels like Spirit is saying your destiny here is to have both. Your destiny is to have it all, right? And maybe it could be that we're needing to, let's say, start with one and then, let's say, receive the other a little bit further down the line. So it could be that the choice that we're needing to make here is not necessarily that we have to choose one for the rest of our lives and then that's what we're stuck with and we can't open up later. It can be, no, okay, in this moment, let me start with this one, let's say house, if we're going back to that house example. Let me start with manifesting this one house, and then things will work themselves out so that later on down the line I can choose, this house, to have this house as well. That could be something that is presenting itself to you, or it could all be presenting itself to you at the same time, right? But the first thing that we're needing to do is, in this moment, right this second, we're needing to let go of the idea or the belief that we can't have both, that we can't have it all, okay? That needs to disappear. Two of Swords, why are you here? We have Temperance in the reverse. Yeah, this is very, very much a blockage. When Temperance is in the reverse, this is a very slowed manifestation, okay? When this card is upright, this really talks about slow, steady movement forward, right? Or figuring out what works and what doesn't. This is part of the manifesting process. We're trying out different things. We're like a little scientist, we're trying out different things, different methods, figuring out, what's the best way for us to move forward here. But with Temperance in the reverse, there is no forward movement. It's kind of just a blockage and a stop. And with the Two of Swords here, this is that compromise, or this idea of compromise that has stopped any progress or forward movement at all. And it feels like the reason here, Spirit is saying, is because your soul is meant to have both of these things that your heart is so attached to, okay? You're not meant to know the how, right? The how is not your responsibility, but you are meant to have them both, or you are meant to have it all, okay? And so the reason why it feels like you're not making any progress right at this time is because you have limited yourself. So I'm just so really quick, it feels like, once again, you're meant to have both houses. You're destined to have both houses, back to that example. But if in this moment you have made the choice of, you know what, I have to choose between the two of them and it breaks my heart, but I need to make the choice, so I'm just going to choose this one. So I'll just be in this city for the rest of my life, and that's that, right? It feels like now you're blocked and there's no real progress or movement forward because a part of your soul's desire has been dampened, and it's really difficult to continue that momentum of manifestation when you've closed off one of those desires, right? And instead, Spirit is wanting you at this time to open up your belief systems to, you know what? I am going to have both. I am going to have a home in both cities. It's just that at this moment in time, I'm focused on this one, and later on down the line, I'll have that one, right? And that way we can kind of gain that momentum back and gain that inspiration and that happiness back because we haven't closed off one of our soul's desires with limiting beliefs, Okay. So that is all that I have for you guys today. I really do hope that this was helpful for you. If it was helpful for you, please feel free to leave a comment, let me know what it is that you're manifesting, and subscribe to the channel so that you can be notified when we post any more videos that could help you along your manifesting journey. Okay, so thanks again so much, guys. Good luck on this journey to you, and I will see you in the next reading. Okay,